Hey, psst, come here. Check this out. Hey, if you think that's weird, guess what? That's a child. We're all getting arrested. Okay, seriously. No, sorry. No, it's not really. It's like a kid robot. An incredibly scary looking one. And for some reason, it was this kid and his cock that was shown all over TV in the great country of Japan nearly 20 years ago. You curious? Want to know more about it? You fucking sick freak. I know you do. Well, let's satiate that curiosity and talk about... But first, let me just say something, and no, this isn't a sponsor. I'll make this brief. YouTube is suppressing people's videos thanks to the lovely little feature called restricted mode. It's been around for a while as an option, but now YouTube is automatically enabling it whenever its AI just thinks you're a kid. It's screwed over a lot of people's viewerships, and it's gotten people to be more careful about what they say, do, and show on YouTube. But this is mostly in vain because, frankly, most of us don't know what we can or can't say, do, or show on YouTube. And honestly, if that's the case, I'm just not going to censor myself. At least not more than usual. Nudity and gore, obviously, are a big no-no. I'm gonna cuss, I'm gonna talk about creepy and dark stuff, and I'm just not gonna give a shit because, well, I don't even know what to give a shit about anymore. So if any of you want to support or help me out with my channel, go over to my Patreon page where I'll be updating you as frequently as I can, at least, about the latest things I got going on. If you like my content enough and you want to show your support, then that's a good way to do it. Otherwise, just keep watching, enjoy the stuff, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and just enjoy what you can. Thank you to everyone who's already supported me, and I really can't express how much this has helped out. I love you all a ton, and I'm grateful to have you. But enough of the mushy stuff, let's just get back into it. So Inochi is the fucking freakiest thing I've seen when I was a kid. Genuinely, it was so weird looking and kind of fascinating for me because this little short film acted as the gateway drug that is weird Japanese advertisement. This little clanker's cock got me into the weird side of Japanese TV, mainly commercials, most of which you just can't really tell what the hell it is that these ads are, well, advertising. Like seriously, what is Inochi about? Lots of people speculated why this was airing on Japanese TV, some even thinking it was some sort of PSA for puberty or something. Well, I'm sorry to say, but it's literally neither. Although, in retrospect, it is funny to think that somehow people thought that this robot was advertising something. Although, to be fair, I thought it was like advertising a show or a movie, but there was no extra info about the show or a movie that featured this freak. But there is an art exhibit that featured Inochi in all his glory. Literally, this is Inochi, the art piece. It was created by Takashi Murakami, who many of you may recognize as the guy who made the album cover of Graduation, and some of you might recognize him from the rug you have underneath your feet that you bought off of Etsy or Temu or AliExpress. Murakami is genuinely a fascinating artist that likes to push boundaries of contemporary art and challenge the old school ways of how we interpret art. He uses a lot of his culture as influence as well as nerdy media that he grew up with. He's always pushing the boundary of what it is that we interpret art as and rebelling against contemporary norms while instilling his own traditional values, as well as adding a penis on a robot. And this. You wouldn't talk about this. So why was Inochi-kun created? In short, it was an art piece created by Murakami back in 2004 for his gallery, the Kai Kai Kiki Gallery, that explored the ideas of what human beauty standards could mean in the future. But it's more than just that, really. Inochi's name means life or spirit, and in this case, Inochi sort of tells this Pinocchio-esque story of what it means to live or to have a soul, as Inochi in these 3 short videos are all about just being a boy growing up. He has a crush he feels love for, he feels pain, shame, lust, I guess, and other sorts of complex feelings that all boys growing up feel. Aside from his weird-looking face, honestly, Inochi is kind of charming and wholesome. Inochi is just a boy living in his world and experiencing a normal childhood, something that we as humans take for granted, but for someone like him, an android-type thing, whatever he is something to be cherished. Every small thing he feels or experiences is part of life, and these kids don't even treat him differently. To them, he's just like one of us. And I think that's the true beauty behind Inochi, that he can live and love this world and share it harmoniously with us humans. Funny enough though, not everyone in Japan saw this thing as a very wholesome message, with a lot of people who were watching this video thinking that it was made for an advertisement for a horror film of some sort, or maybe it was a commercial to support people with incurable diseases, as they thought Inochi-kun probably represented someone with, well, an incurable disease. Funny enough though, these videos and the statue itself aren't the only thing part of the exhibit. There were apparently also posters, dolls, and other stuff that really exemplified not only Inochi's existence in this distorted future, but also the commercialization of Inochi's people. Sure, the kids treat him like a person, but judging by the other stuff, you could argue that the adults treat him as merchandise, which isn't different from how we as a society sometimes view each other in some ways. I think it's also worth pointing out that Inochi doesn't exclusively just represent this strange future where robots may someday live among us, but it also represents this idea of love that is so rarely ever touched upon. Sure, it's a boy robot falling in love with a girl, but how does the world view their love? And is it possible for their love to truly bloom? But anyways, I'm getting too deep into this. Point is, Inochi is a freaky robot on the surface, but delving deep into him, his creator Murakami, and the art pieces about him, you get to find a glimpse into another world that might someday be ours in the future. Oh, and by the way, this was never a commercial. Yeah, it was just a short film that was part of the exhibition. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I love y'all a ton. I'll see y'all next time. Love y'all. Goodbye.